Good morning, everybody. This is Debbie from Stamps and Stuff, and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based out of beautiful Lake Havasu City, Arizona, along the Colorado River and the home of the London Bridge. So today we are going to be talking about the new Gilded Leafing, and it is just so much fun. I remember having this years ago and playing with it. So anyway, before we get started here, we had our drawing yesterday, and Becky White, you commented on the Darling Donkeys and you were chosen. So you will get your choice of one of the two of these stamp sets, which is Heal Your Heart and Approaching Perfection. And then this is the current paper pumpkin. So you have your choice of one of these three items. And you have 1 week. Now, I did go back to your original post and I posted another reply to it saying that you had won and to contact me. So please, you can contact me. You can go to stampsnstuff.org and go to the Contact Me button, and that's all you have to do, and I will get your choice in the mail to you. So congratulations. If anybody knows Becky White, give her a shout out. But she was the winner this week. Okay. So what we are going to talk about today is the Gilded Leafing, and we had this product many years ago. In fact, this is what I have from years ago here, and this is probably, I'd say, close to 20 years old. And how it started was, it was in a little pack like this, so when you take it out, it poofs up. But the amount that's in here is a lot. It will last you probably your stamping career. Anyway, so when I'm working with it, I put it in, this is a box top, and I put it in here, and then when I'm done, I put it back in the container. So, and these little flecks, don't get rid of them. I don't know if you can see them, but there's tiny flecks that's the residue after you've already used it. I'm going to show you ways to use those too. So anyway, this card here is my first example, and how I did this was, I don't have the stamp set. It's the stamp set, I think it's something succulents. Anyway, this is the background die that's in this set. So what I did was I took the adhesive sheets, and I took a sheet out, and you can see they are split in the back where you can peel this off. Okay, and what I did was I took a piece of white cardstock. Get a piece. It was the basic white, and I cut the two so that they would be the same size. I pulled this paper off and I stuck this to it. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm sorry. I am thinking about something different here. What I did was I cut this out of the basic white, and then I peeled this back here. I took this sheet the same size, I peeled this back, and then I took the die cut and placed it right on top of the sticky paper. Okay, and then I laid my sticky paper in here, and see how that, you got to be careful. You don't want to make any fast moves with this. And then I took and put this all on the top, and then I rubbed it in with this. Now you can also use a brush like this. You can use also a stipple brush. Oh, I have one. It's over on the other side of the room. I don't want to get it. So you can use this. This is a stencil brush. You can use a stipple brush. You can use larger stencil brushes, anything. And I rubbed it in to, you want to burnish it in around the die cut. And then I like this brush as kind of a finishing brush. And I got all the little pieces out of the nooks and crannies. And so then I cut this piece down and mounted it on a piece of early espresso. This, the verse, what I did with it is I stamped it with Versamark, and then I put the heat and stick powder on the top. And the key with this heat and stick powder, when you heat it, when it starts to lose that color, it'll go on, it is kind of a little bit cloudy. The minute it looks wet, that's it. Don't, because if you keep that heat on it too much, you will drive it down into the paper and it won't work at all. So you want to take a little bit of it and do a little bit of working with it to make sure you've got that timing right, because just as it loses that cloudiness, that's when you want to stop, because you want it needs to be tacky, and if you heat it too much, then it sets and it's not tacky. So this is our second way there. Okay, I will leave this here. Okay. Get my box over here. This here is also, this is one I've done before, and this is with the new. This is rubber stamped. Same way. You want to put it on with the Versamark, and then you put the powder on, just barely hit it with the heat, put your leafing on, and then brush it off with your brush. Now I like using this sponge, and these are our Stampin' Up sponges. In fact, I don't think we carry those anymore. Anyway, any type of a sponge, and you just, after it's on, you just kind of rub it around. And then I take this brush, and that gets off the rest of it. And you don't want to get too aggressive with this. And what I like to do is I like to have a cloth. We used to always buff it afterwards. And you just rub it with a soft, very soft cloth. And that kind of brings up the shine in it. So that's all done with stamping. Okay. Now this is embellishing a already stamped image, and how I did this was, and this is the greatest tool with this product. It really is, and this is a tremendously good glue. Okay, what I did was I just put tiny little drops in the center here, let them tack up just a little bit, because you know this glue, as it starts to set up, it tacks up. It's a two-way glue. So it tacks up. Then I put the gilding over the top and I burnished it in. Sometimes you can burnish it in if it's a small object or small dots like this. I like to do it with my fingers. And then I have this brush, and then I just go kind of around those circles. So what you want to do is you want to get all the fragments away from the circles so that you don't have a lot of tailings that are hanging on after that kind of detract from it. So that's embellishing a image. Now this is just done with, these are, not Taren Tape, they are, I can't think. Anyway, you can use the Taren Tape, you can do double stick tape on the roll, you can do, again, you can use these sticker sheets, and you can cut them, or you can die cut them, and I will show you that. So anyway, with this this way is really pretty to add a decorative edge. Okay. This is done with our foam adhesive sheets, and all I did was I die cut the sheets. I took the top coating off, put my gilding on, and kind of rubbed it in. And then this one, I did it real speedily. I could take my this and go around it to finish getting all of the little tailings out of it. But this makes it really 3D and pretty. So that's with your adhesive sheets. Now this here, I took my silicone sheet and my sponge and my go-to glue, this Tombow glue, and I put some glue there. And what I did was I just put the sheet here, got the glue, put it all over this, let it tack up just a little bit. And how you know it's ready to accept the gilding is it gets clear on the top. This mono glue will go on white, and then it dries clear, and then you can use it as a two-way. That's what they used to use to put on the back of rubber when you didn't want it on a wood mount, you wanted to put it on the acrylic block. That's when the unmounted stamps came in. So we used to sell tons of this. I used to have my own stamp store, and we sold tons of this for that purpose. Anyway, you take and you put the gilding on, you rub it in, and you take the edges off, and then you go over. Now this is Seabed. It's the embossing folder that goes with the Well Done set. So anyway, then you run it through in your embossing folder, and that is cool. Okay. Then we have this, which this is a die cut sticker. You're going to use your sticker sheets and make a sticker on both sides. You want to cut it out. You pull off your sticker paper, and then you put your gilding on, and do the same thing. You want to give this a good burnishing, and what you're trying to do is burnish it in. And then I always follow up with a soft brush. This is another good thing, is using these to burnish it in. I keep hooking it out of my little box there. So that makes, this is, and I don't remember which die set this is. That's really pretty. This one is stenciled. And I took my silicone sheet and I put my paper down and I put an old stencil I had right here. And then I put my glue there and I just stenciled the glue in, removed the top, let it dry, and then I rubbed it and brushed it off. You want to burnish it in real good. Let it kind of set so that it stays where the glue is. And then if you get rough edges where you want a sharp edge, that's where you want to get in a little more with these stencil brushes, and you just kind of rub the edge so it will take off any part of the gilding that's not actually glued in. So, okay. This is done the same way. This is the background that I have that I just added some stenciling with. It was done the same way as this one here was. So we've got that one. Okay, now this is using it as a splatter. Okay, what I did was I took some of this glue, took some of my water, thinned it down, and I took a brush. You can either use these type of brushes, you can use a toothbrush going like this, or you can take a regular paintbrush, which is what I did this with. And I got it really, it's quite wet, and then I just took and flicked it like this. And then I let it dry on the paper, and then I put my my gilding on, and there you go. Okay. This is kind of a different thing. This is a Paper Mate Eraser Mate pen. They are very cheap. They come in a pack. There's probably, I don't know, 6 or 8. It's the old Eraser Mate. When we were kids, we used to play with them and erase it and thought it was so cool. Okay, that's what this is. But this ink, and I use it when embossing. You know, if you go to emboss something and you have part of a line that doesn't show up on when you go to emboss it with the powder, I come back and I put a little mark where I wanted the line to be and put my powder back on, and the powder sticks to this. So anyway, that's the Paper Mate Eraser Mate, and you can write on that. Okay. This is our Taren Tape. And notice how that, and I always take a soft cloth and burnish it and brush it, because what happens is you'll see different tones in this gold rather than just being a flat gold. I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but can you pick up where it's shiny and it just has different texture in it? So, and that's what we get when we brush it with the our soft cloth. T-shirt is really good. T-shirt is actually probably one of the best. Okay, so that's with your Taren tape. Okay, this is behind glass. Okay, this is just what it is you have your window sheet, and this is kind of like doing a shaker card, only this, I didn't take care of the sheet ahead of time, and it sticks to it, so it looks, what it reminded me of, remember when we used to go to Knott's Berry Farm and the kids that you used to go panning for gold, and I think that's what they put in the jar, and that kind of looks like that. Now, if you want to do this and have it like a shaker, what you're going to have to do is make sure there is no static on the back of your window sheet. Because if there's any static there, it will pull it up just like this. So if you want to do it and use it as a shaker card, and I have seen them done that way, you have to treat that back of that window so that there's no static. You need to wipe it down really good and treat it so that there's no static. So anyway, we have that. This was another one that I was the speckles on a background. And it just really is, you can take that glue, wet that glue down, flick it on, and put your gilding, and it really is cool. Okay, now I think you will recognize these. These are our dimensionals. So if you have something, it really makes a good honeycomb for your bee. This one was stamped. Okay, this was the mono glue just put there, and these were the dimensionals. Okay. Now then, you know, we all have mini glue dots. Well, these are done with the mini glue dots, and you could put them, you know, in your classic triangle, which is appealing to the eye. You could put them all the way across, you know, for a embellishment on the bottom of the paper, but those are with the mini glue dots. Okay. These we're getting more into the mixed media. These were dominoes, and my ladies love to do mixed media. They like to stamp on anything. These are dominoes. In fact, I pulled them off of a card so it'd be easier to show. But what we did is we just put just a little bit of glue on the outside, and we just kind of gilded the edges. This one was collaged on. So you have that. Then on clay, they are great on clay. That clay just grabs that gilding. And of course, these are many years old, and some of it is kind of worn off, but there was gilding on the edges. But clay loves this stuff. Okay, let me see here. Then, for those that are paper makers, we used to make paper all the time. There is one back here, let me see if I can find it, where we put it in the paper slurry. I think you can see that in there. It's in the paper. You can put anything in there. These are spices that I had in my kitchen is what made that. So I am running out of room here. Let me say, wooden embellishments. You know, we have wood embellishments that we have with a lot of the stamp sets. They would be really pretty done. Let me see, frames in your house. You can leaf your frames with it. Be really good. Metal embellishments. Oh, I don't have any metal. Anyway, you can take metal embellishments, anything that you can get just a little bit of glue on. You might put it on your finger and just barely dab it on the edges, and it's just really cool. So there's all kinds of ways to use it, and there's probably a zillion more. So, but the thing is, and especially when you're working with mixed media type projects, if you wonder, gee, I wonder if that'd work, try it. As long as you're not like mixing chemicals, bleach and stuff, you don't want to blow up or anything. But if you think it might work, try it. That's how direct to paper was invented. Is an ink pad, a pigment ink pad falling on paper, and you know, it really, pigment ink is beautiful when it's rubbed into paper. So that's kind of, you discover the next phenomenon. Look at, you know, we always put the strips on papers, saving our strips and pieces, and then his last name is Bertucci. Anyway, he did it kind of different angles and put it on a card. And then now we have the scrappy strip, and Carlo Bertucci, I think is what his name is. Anyway, so he's famous for the scrappy strip. But so whatever you want to do, try it. But the main thing is have fun. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm sorry I didn't get it to you Tuesday. I tried to get online 3 different times. It was kind of storming around us, and the internet was down. We had no Roku, no computer, nothing. So yeah, it was a no-go. So anyway, what we will be doing, let's see, this is Friday. On Tuesday, this is from when the Hey Chick, we had it before. And so this is a cute little, I am going to update this, and I will show you how to do this card. And then we have another one that is just, so we will be working with the Hey Chick then on Tuesday. So I will see you then, and I appreciate your time that you spend with me. And if you like this video, please like it. And also remember, if you like, share, comment, subscribe, all 4 of those get you in for a drawing. So what you do have to do when you share is you have to let me know that you've shared, because I cannot pick that up. I see when there's comments, the likes are difficult too. So if you want to put a comment down there and tell me what things you've done, that way it tells me how many entries I put in for you. So each one gets you in once, and if you do all 4, you get 4 entries. So, and then after we have this drawing, then all that pot goes into another pot, and at the end of the year we'll have something that is really cool. So I have over on one of my tables there, I have a big pot, and it is just filling up with little entry tickets. So anyway, good luck, and I really appreciate you supporting my small business. If there's anything that you would like to see demonstrated, just let me know, and if I can, I would be happy to oblige you. So if there's any supplies that you need, if you are looking to get these products, check into, there is a link on the bottom of this live, and you can click on and go to my online store. And also late tonight, early tomorrow morning, I will have a blog up that does have pictures of all of these. And so there you have it. Have a great day, and thank you so much for stopping by. I do appreciate you guys.